back at Kaiser Permanente Arena, where North Texas has a 5-point lead over the Santa Clara Broncos. You get a look at the mean green huddle and take a little feature here on number 12, Dylan Arnett. And Rocco, he achieved a nice feat tonight. Dylan Arnett, that bucket earlier, that dunk over on the baseline, 700 career points for the veteran Arnett. How about that?
No, he's had a great career. I mean, he played every year under Coach Robinson at Cleveland State. Now gets to wrap up his career as a mean green from North Texas. You know what his quote was to us yesterday? I don't know if you remember, but he said it's the greatest situation ever because he moved up a league. He didn't have to learn a new scheme. He's got 3 of his teammates with him and the same staff. As we know, the great Steve Payne is one of the head assistants here at North Texas. So Dylan Arnett's loving life here as a Mean Green member.
And you think about that, that trust has been reciprocated from head coach Danielle Robinson. When we talked to him, he said, look, there were no players on this team, and yet Arnett says, you know what, I'm going to ride with you because I know what you can do for me, not only as a player, but as a person.
Yeah, he's an extension of the staff, and there are times, Coach Robinson told us, where he reminds them of things that they want to run, where he has to basically, hey, guys, we're going to run this time, and the coaches will oblige.
So North Texas running away from the basket here with 10 on the shot clock, and Horton, the freshman, down the lane through several defenders, contact down underneath, player control foul on North Texas and E.J. Horton. You see just trying to knife through Aboye and Ensminger on the late rotation generates the charge.
Yeah, as you see the replay here, Thomas, it's just, you know, you don't see the charge call very often. Santa Clara now, that's 2 calls in a row where they kind of got a little love from the officiating, but also in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I think those things can be mutually exclusive. And, you
Yes.
know, as you all saw on that replay, not a ton of contact.
Not a ton of contact, but it was just enough to convince the officials to get the ball back to Santa Clara.
Think of North Texas. They're on a crazy road trip right now. They're just in Mobile, Alabama to face South Alabama, out here to the Bay Area, then back to the Super Pit, one of the most underrated environments in college hoops to
No
go
question.
close out their non-conference slate. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, just a bus ride over Highway 17 like no one's business.
Well, the thing is they're going to have a non-Division I opponent on Monday, last kind of dress rehearsal before they go to Memphis on New Year's Eve to open up American Conference action. So this is a big tune-up for Memphis, really.
Buki Aboye just flattened Terrell. Hammond the other way, trying to get through, and that's spiked away by Horton.
And I love it. I mean, I'm a lover of defense, and that was great defense on both ends. We saw that happen quickly. As Mr. Terrell Jr. had to fix his shoe down here. Santa Clara had numbers, but good defense by North Texas.
I was wondering for a second if they were going to inbound it without him. I wasn't sure even if his fellow Mean Green teammates were aware that he was back there.
The Broncos were all about it.
So Napper to inbound here. Mahi trying to work around. You see that North Texas is going to shade that second defender in consistently. Wants to do that spin. There's Arnett. And there's the turnover. And right on cue. It's exactly what North Texas wants to cook up. Terrell down the lane. Reese Robinson. Probably should have been an N1.
And going back to that Santa Clara inbounds, when you inbounds in the corner, you're setting yourself up for trouble. And North Texas exploited that positioning. It's all about angles in terms of setting up that pass.
Napper down the lane, takes the contact. Nothing doing there. And North Texas can get this lead up to double digits.
Amazing.
Stevenson around Aboye. Down the lane, Arnett for Robinson, and that one skips away.
Such a critical part of the game too, Thomas. Those last 4 minutes going into halftime and those first 4 coming out of halftime really set the tone a lot of times for what the final score will look like.
Ensminger almost turns it over there. Hammond wrapping around down the lane, trying to get something going, finds BK. Mahi, the corner 3, off the side of the rim.
Yeah, good one and done rebounding by Terrell. Just an awesome overall player. You know, David Terrell Jr., he's got a hobby with cars. 1986 car that he's working on right now in his garage.
See right there, Stevenson just runs over BK, and Napper has to take a second here. Basically got the wind knocked out of him. So you get another look at it. Stevenson, Napper right there that time.
Oof. Easily
a charge, and Napper probably around his throat area, just trying to get his bearings back around him, and he's been dealing with kind of like a shoulder elbow thing really this whole season, so not exactly one of the areas where you want to be taking that charge.
It looked like it was near the trachea as he's, you know, standing 6 feet tall. Stevenson, of course, 6'2", got him kind of with the elbow, but it wasn't above the shoulder, so it's not reviewable in my interpretation of the flagrant 1 and 2 rules. But man, that's a tough blow to the trachea. Hopefully he's okay. You see him over there taking a breather in the far corner.
So Gaba Lugov and Darlin back into the game for Santa Clara. A really crucial 90 seconds and counting here to end this half. Hammond trying to make something happen, spin around, loses control, and that's another turnover. Or no. Oh, we're going to get a conference here.
I think it's going to be reviewed.
And the ball.
Oh, they reversed the call.
Wow.
No review.
Christian Hammond scoreless so far, 0 of 4, and really trying to get himself going, and North Texas just making life really difficult. Broncos are going to retain the possession here. North Texas with only one of their last 9 from the field.
They're showing the replay up here on the big screen. That was tough to tell. But the officials just decided to overturn the call without a review.
Yeah.
It's a little unusual.
I'm surprised that this didn't, bring in the challenge sequence. So Hammond, now he's doubled off.
Or just review it. We got a minute till halftime.
Darlin, the spot up 3. Trying to get the bounce, doesn't get it. And a foul underneath on North Texas. They're gonna get Reese Robinson in a battle with Alan Graves.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to that last out of bounds that went to Santa Clara, the one I was talking about that showed on the big screen. You see him spin and just lose the ball, and there's really no real evidence of it hitting Stevenson, but nevertheless, Bronco ball. And then on the ensuing play, we don't have a replay for you for this, but we saw Graves, and this is the positional size I was talking about in the intro, where he's just so much larger than Robinson, and it puts Robinson in an unfortunate fouling spot, and Graves takes advantage.
So Graves nails the first free throw, and you think of the size advantage. The Broncos haven't necessarily been able to take advantage of it. 12 first-half turnovers for SCU.
Yeah, and that's not going to cut it. That's an atrocious number for Santa Clara's standard, and that will definitely be addressed at the half.
So Graves gets that pair to go down. It feels like for both teams, if you can just stretch together a series of baskets, it'll really change the tide. If you're Santa Clara, try and get the lead back. If you're North Texas, really try and put it on the Broncos for the 3rd straight game.
Yeah, this one's a little different, because the Broncos, they did get bludgeoned a little bit down, of course, in New Mexico, but in the last Arizona State game, it was the Broncos that had all the control in the world and then let it slip away.
I heard Sendex, when we talked to him, contextualize it. It was actually fool's gold. He didn't like what he saw in terms of the process.
That happens.
And it's true.
And then you start getting a little reliant on things that you're not wanting to do in the first place.
So Dylan Arnett got the bucket the other way for North Texas, so now he starts the march for 800 career points. Gavalugov couldn't get it to go for the Broncos, and now North Texas can get this lead up to double digits. About a 9-second difference game in shot clock for the Mean Green.
Yeah, big possession here as they look to stretch the lead even further.
Franklin, a hop, step, and a jump into the lane, and that's too many steps.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hop, step, and a 1 too many. Santa Clara needs to take advantage. They'll have the last shot here.
And you think about that turnovers number that we just told you about. The 12 forced turnovers by the Mean Green here in this first half, the most they've done in a game all season.
Yeah, I believe it, because this team's usually crisp and deep, and maybe some of it has to do with a little hangover from the Arizona State loss, a little bit of the getting used to having Jake out there all the time. Number 44 here inbounding the ball, was out for a couple of games with a tough injury. Really key piece, but Santa Clara has really got to get that rhythm going again that they had earlier this year when they destroyed Xavier, handled McNeese, etc.
So shot clock dark, 5 seconds for Christian Hammond to get busy with it. Invites the double off. Alan Graves, he's got to put it up. That's the horn! Alan Graves for 3! And Santa Clara will take a 4-point deficit into the locker room. How about them apples, Rocco?
Not the way you